This is the plaintiff, Martin Martinez. He says he bought a shearling coat on layaway from the defendant's shop. And when he went to make the final payment and collect his merchandise, the store was closed. The guy up and left with his coat and all his money. And that's just so not right. He can't believe a businessman would treat a customer like that. And he's suing for the return of his $260. This is the defendant, Nadeem Waheed. He says he owns 2 stores and closed one of them. The other store is located 4 doors down from the now closed one, and everyone knows it. He thinks the guy's trying to come up with excuses because he changed his mind about the coat he purchased, and thinks this is how he'll be able to get his money back? We'll see. He's accused of pulling the wool over a customer's eyes.
Welcome in.
Martin Martinez?
Yes.
You are suing Nadeem Waheed, owner of Daniel's Leather Incorporated, correct?
Yes.
For $260 that you have paid towards a coat and a hat that you weren't able to finish paying your layaway payments on because the place closed down.
Right.
And so now you have no coat and no $260. What's
Correct.
going on?
Okay, so I went to a shop. He had a, I guess, a second store, and there was a guy working for him, an Asian guy, and although it says on the receipt they hold it for a month
To finish paying the layaway.
Right. I kept going back, and I went back several times. The first time I went was on 11/21/09. I put a deposit down of $70. On 12/11/09, a deposit of $40. On January 12th, 2010, a deposit of $100. And on February 6th, a deposit of $50.
Okay, so they were violating their own policy, or I guess waiving their own policy and accepting payments. So do you have proof of all those payments?
Yes, I do.
May I see it?
Sure.
And then what happens?
And so I went to the store, I think it was a month or 2 later, and the store was closed. And no one called me. Had he called me and forewarned me that the store was closing, Martin, come pick up your coat, you have to, I would have done so because I loved the shearling and the hat. And
What was it you were aiming to buy? A shearling coat?
Yes, and,
Okay.
and a matching hat.
Okay. And it was taking you that long because you were just paying it as you can, and
I was paying
because it was
it.
taking you like a really long time. Like you didn't anticipate in November that it would be April and that you wouldn't have paid for it.
Right.
Right? Because in April we don't need the coat.
Right.
Right.
I ran into some, ran into some, financial, some things that I had to
Okay.
pay.
All right.
So I couldn't pay it for as, I thought I'd be able to go and,
Right.
continue paying it as I was.
Okay, so now it's April, you don't find the store, nobody's called you, and what happens?
I'm at a standstill. I don't know what to do. So I decided, I said, I'm just gonna let it go. And it kept bothering me. So that's when I went to, a court close to 100 and Center Street, where if you have a business in Manhattan, you got to file there. So I did some research, and I found that, I found the address and wasn't sure if he was in business. I assumed he wasn't, but this was a way for me to reach him, to bring him here.
Yeah, I think the way you phrased it in your complaint was, I was ambitious, so I found an address to serve him at.
Right.
Right, except for that you weren't that ambitious, because apparently that address is where you're in business. You have not closed down.
That store we closed down, but we are right there 2 stores down.
2 stores, wait, you opened up a store to compete against yourself?
I needed, because I wasn't sure if my lease, I'm going to get a new lease. So as a backup, we are taking the second store.
Okay.
Plus, we have different items that we can carry in the other store, too. So we
Okay,
have
so you have
130
a store,
Orchard.
and then you have a store 2 doors down?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
What is the other store called?
both same thing, Daniel's Leather, same corporation,
They're
same
exactly
everything.
the same name,
Yes.
Daniel's Leathers.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a
Did you
big
put
sign.
a sign? Wait, okay, but you did close down the location he had the coat and layaway at.
Correct.
Did you put a sign that said, visit our store 2 doors down?
I assume because there were so many customers and they were all coming and picking up their layaways, There's a clearly
How'd they know to come pick up their layaways?
because this store is a big one, and it says Daniel's other, and they would ask the neighbors where these people are. They would say they are right here, and on top of that, on the receipt, there's an email address. So if anybody want to email me, I would have known that they are trying to.
Let me see those receipts. Is there an email address on them?
There's an email address on it.
Did you ever email the email address and say, hey, where'd you go?
I called.
Why didn't you just email the email address?
I didn't think of doing that because I figured they were out of business because that was.
Okay,
it was
so
just
as it turns out, though, you did not close down. You just you stopped the lease on that place.
On February 26, we had a huge leak. The whole store got destroyed. So in emergency, we had to just empty it out. And I have pictures of the leak.
Well, and by then you probably had landed the lease on the original place, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, that was
yeah,
a
so you
feeling
didn't need that second place, so the leak was sort of convenient. All right, so now you're out of that second place, because you don't need two stores, and then you're back into the first place, but you don't put up a sign because you feel it's obvious. And apparently it's not that obvious because you walk up and you don't say, hey, where's the store? Wait, let me go walk around in concentric circles to see if the store went somewhere really nearby and find the store 2 doors down.
So, is buying on layaway a good idea or a bad idea?
I think it's a bad idea.
Why?
Because people shouldn't want to buy anything that they don't have the money for.
Okay, fair point. Fair point. What else?
It's just a slippery slope. You just don't know if they're ever going to be able to pay it back.
That's true. And you know what? 6 months later, you may not feel the way you did when you put the money down in the beginning, going inside the courtroom.
Okay, well, this is so bizarre.
I think so.
All right, folks, how are we going to resolve this? Do you have his code?
I either can try to get him his code, or he can use the money for anything else. We are
or he
very
can have
flexible.
his money back.
If he wants to, I got no problem with that either.
Yes, because at the end of the day, it's inexplicable to me why, let's say you have 50 layaways, which would be a lot. You don't have 50. Couldn't you just call all those people and say, listen, I don't want you to be alarmed. I know you bought it at this location. Look, 2 doors down, that's where we are. You could always do that.
It's way more than 50, actually, and there are people that keep on...
Way more. I didn't realize that. How many would it be?
There are usually about 70 to 80 in a month, but you have to realize there's a lot of people like this. We have 30-day policy just to cover ourselves.
Right.
But I have people who have been in jail and came out after 4 years with no receipt, just the name, and we still pull out their record and we still honor everything that they have given us. So that's how we work.
All right. But you don't physically have the coat in stock?
No.
Right now. Okay, you want the coat or you want what's behind door number 1?
I'd like the code if he can order it.
Okay. Do you know which one it is?
No, I know exactly what he's saying, and he's right that the coat that he had was a very good quality coat.
Right.
I have a couple of stores out of New York City, and before coming here, I checked, and the store in Pittsburgh have an extra large, and I think that's the size that would fit him.
He's not an extra large?
No, they're cut the way they are cut. I can bring it and he can try it. That's what I can do for you.
Not by choice.
Small packages. Just tell me though, is that the size you ordered? An extra large?
We never made it smaller than that.
I'm not sure.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap this one up in a nice big bow, and you guys are going to speak with Officer McIntosh. You're going to see if you can work it out. If you can work it out, you're happy. Business looks great.
Yeah, no problem.
You're happy. You get your quality shearling coat, and if you can't, the money's going to end up being returned. Okay? That's my verdict. So we'll give it. How long are you willing to wait for the? I assume you got the rest of the money.
I'm willing to wait for the coat.
You got the rest of the money?
Yeah.
Yes, Dude, if you don't have the rest of the money, you need to take what's behind door number 1 and take your $260 back.
I always liked you.
Which is it?
I have the rest of the money.
You have the rest of the money. How long will it take you to order the coat?
1 week.
1 week. We'll give this 2 weeks. And if you can't, it's going to be your choice. Coat and hat. Okay.
Coat, I know I have hat, I'm not
If you can't get exactly what you want, you get your money back. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
All right, so we have a couple of weeks if you're the defendant to produce that coat and the hat. Were you squawking a little bit about the hat? What about the hat?
Yeah, I have checked the jacket they have, but the hat they don't have, so we try.
So you're going to get the coat in.
Coat, I know we have.
Okay, you bring him in.
Right.
And then what are you going to do when he says, no, I want the hat too? What are you going to give him?
I'll see if I can make him a hat, and if he can give me more time, I'll try. I'll try my best.
Okay, all right, good luck. We'll see what happens. Thanks, all right, so come on in here. Step right over here. Extra large? What?
That's how it's cut, I believe, yeah.
Will that work out for you, all right?
Yeah, it'll work out.
Okay, so you get the coat, and then he goes, but I don't have the hat. What's going to happen?
He says he's going to try to produce the hat or get it made, and which I'm happy with that.
Okay, let's go to Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, so the plaintiff got the coat, got $50 for the missing hat, and he is happy.